Good evening, everyone. Ready for Revolution? Brother Eric Ture Muhammad here. I'm coming to you live via our channel, Eric Ture Muhammad YouTube channel. And I want to talk to you about living the quarantine life. This is another episode of Living the Quarantine Life, which airs here every Monday through Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel. And of course, when those times I'm not available, I will, of course, make myself available via pre-recorded messages. But I want you to know that eventually this channel will grow into, and this time slot will grow into anecdotal, remedy-like, or styled uh, uh, contributions where people will give value, the value the benefit rather of what they learned, what they gleaned from their quarantined reality, and they will help to introduce some things that you can do implement within your own home. The last few days, I talked to you about um, wealth building. I'm a wealth building coach, but much of the wealth building I spoke to you about was in relation to how to make the adjustment under this new norm, the new normal, as we called it. I was here with you last week with Bishop Ernest Sutton, and we talked about the new normal, how your churches, your institutions are no longer open to the public, where you're no longer coming to these edifices, and as a result, worshiping and edifying them, edifying your God through them, through their teaching and his ministry, and tithing or paying a charity that allows the institution to navigate financially through the obligations they have with a brick and mortar building or the institutions associated with it. Many churches have schools attached to them, daycare centers attached to them. Many of them have services they were providing each and every day of a week. Some of them were just providing the basics of food, clothing, and shelter to either the homeless or an uh, um, under served community. Well, all that has come to a grinding halt, and now it's barely coming back into play, largely due to the fact that the economy is so bad. Now, I know some of you have been made to think it's not too bad because you can get a couple of things uh, out of the grocery store still and put them on your shelves, or you may be growing raised flower beds and producing a little vegetation that can assist you, and maybe a block, an acre of food. You'd be surprised what it can do for an entire community, a county. Just an acre of food, what you can do. So just imagine if you're, let's say, for example, you're in an apartment complex. Do you know in an apartment complex, if everyone just grew a corner portion of a garden, then you'll be able to feed that entire community for weeks, months, and possibly years. You'll develop a cooperative economics. You'll develop a camaraderie by which we've been unparalleled in the past, because where it once depended on those stores, for trucks to reach them and shelves to be stocked, and then you in turn would go ahead now and purchase and bring it home. Now you're growing it from home. What happens when you can knock on the door to Sally's house and ask if you can get a couple of her cucumbers, and she might want your squash, or she might want your tomatoes, or she might want your eggplant, or you go down the street and Ralph has watermelons and potatoes and different vegetation available there. Or there's a patch of strawberries growing at Miss Mary's where you can utilize them for the smoothies that you like to make in her house. What about those herb gardens that you're growing in your neighborhoods where people can come and get a little oregano, get a little thyme, get a little spice that will assist in the broth or the soup or the venison that they're putting together for themselves? What happens in times of crisis is that a new norm is developed. You learn how to pool your resources. You come together around sweat equity. You learn to trust each other again, communicate with each other again, particularly in an hour like this. So under this quarantine life and living the quarantine life, what are some of the things that you have learned? What are some of the things that we find value in? We talked a little bit last week about the fact that we're becoming more familiar and reacquainted with family. We're becoming more familiar and reacquainted with our environment. Many of us worked and went to school so long, so hard, that we didn't even know what our home looked like. We didn't know that children grow. It's like just adding water and they sprout up, right? We didn't know there were likes and dislikes and tastes and lifestyles that were developed unbeknownst to us because we were always inundated with things to do. Then the grinding halt comes, and now you're compelled now to do things just a little differently, and figure out what to do with your time, how to best maximize your time, or how to survive in this time, in this hour. And truth be told, this hour is not surviving. This hour is living. Prior to this was surviving because you were doing it all for others and utilizing the little that you were gaining to do a little something for you and your household. Well, the tide is flipped. This is the new norm for family. This is the new norm. I talked about recently how the saying, when life deals you lemons, you make lemonade. Well, you can also make a disinfectant with lemons, or you can also clean windows with lemons, or you can do things to utilize lemons to clear mucus and phlegm out of your system. There's so many components to things that come naturally out of life and what the creator of abundance offers. So there's no opportunity in this that's bad. Now, there is some grieving going on. There is some grieving. There has been some loss of life. There are circumstances where people are hanging on the best they can to get past whatever has them confined to a hospital or to a nursing home or to a bed at home. We're still going through many of those things involved with life's challenges, such as shelter in place. I've been trying to get that terminology together in my head for weeks now. Shelter in place, social distancing, all kind of manner of things that we were made to adjust to. In my world, I titled this "Living the Quarantine Life," and I forgot the rest of the title, but the subtitle, in essence, is the best of opportunities. It's really the best of opportunities. When you're forced to regain your time, regain or reevaluate the way you make a living, reacquaint yourself with your household and your immediate environment, when you're now regaining location freedom, you are really in the best opportunity imaginable. Because now you learn to value what God appreciates, because it's God that brought the whole world still. Now, you can be atheist, you can be agnostic, you might have a faith tradition, you might not have any faith tradition. You might just have a strong spiritual centeredness. But some force beyond yourselves created a situation or allowed a situation where everything was brought to a grinding halt all around the world. I saw pictures of the Vatican 2 weeks ago, completely empty on a Sunday. I saw pictures of the Kaaba in Mecca, the holy house there, completely empty, the space around it, no pilgrims. I looked at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. I saw pictures there, completely empty, not a soul out there along the wall. The world has been brought to a grinding halt. The world has been brought to a point of desolation. And now you have weather interruptions around the world. You have earthquakes and snows and cold storms and hurricanes and tornadoes. And these things are brewing around the world as we speak. And you've been made to be home, to sit still. Why? To see what's important to God. So you can now align yourself with what is important to him. How do you dig your well before you need your water? You find a way to create a wealth base that's not dependent upon the government or any failing economy. That's very important. Because when you create that kind of wealth base, then you're foundationally set, and it will not matter who the head of state is outside of your home. You know who the head of state is in your home. You'll have the means by which you can attain the comforts that you need, obtain the accommodations that you need, provide the ingredients for a finely tuned garden provide the ingredients for a finely tuned medicine cabinet, herb space. I mean, listen, most of us who received that stimulus uh, check, that stimulus check in turn went right back to the merchants of death, or went to an obligation such as rent or a car note or things of that nature, because we were not positioned prior to it to hold on to it, to retain a portion for ourselves, to put towards another entity that will produce more money for us. Instead, all it did was produce a greater desire for a larger handout and one more often. Well, God is trying to take us out of that begging mentality. God is trying to take us out of that hat in hand, and He's trying to produce a way where we can grow and promote and create with our own hands. And you just need to understand the power and the majesty of that power, which is, you know, in your possession now. And I'm trying very hard to make sure that I have so many monitors and screens going on here. So please forgive me if I seem preoccupied moving through a lot of screens, but I really want to afford you the opportunity to see where we're going. I did title the stream. It's called Living a Quarantine Life, a Good Problem to Have. A good problem to have. All right. So let's look at it. We're in, we have a e-commerce company known as Carabal's International, and our product is gold, and gold is money. And we have a business model that speaks to exponential growth and leverage. That's known as networking. Okay. So the exponential growth comes in where we exchange paper dollars for gold. We exchange paper dollars for gold. We exchange paper dollars for more gold, and we save it, and we get paid to save it. And wait, we also get paid for referrals. We give referrals to people and get paid for the referrals when they do as we do. How does it work? You simply secure a free gold savings account. A free gold savings account. You'll find the information at the bottom of the screen, and you just sign on to it, or you go back to the one who introduced the opportunity to you. But simply put, you just offering your name, your phone number, a mailing address because the shipment is gold, right? Your date of birth, your email address, I think I mentioned, and then you just supply a username for yourself, create a username for yourself, and a password for yourself. And this gives you access to do business in more than 148 countries. To literally do business. And you can do it from the safety and comfort of your home. I'm talking to you about the opportunity here now because there are thousands upon thousands of people around the world right now that are sitting at home looking for a better way. We need to know a better way. I know you thought your retirement savings would help you, your 401ks, your costs, your rolls, Roths rather. You know, I know you thought that would help. Well, under other circumstances, it might have. But the reality today is it cannot, because the dollar bill is only worth 3 to 5 cents worldwide and only has a purchasing power of 3 to 5 cents. So just imagine, let's just give it 3 cents. This $5 US dollar bill is literally worth 15 cents of purchasing power. So how many more of these fives will it take to get you a full grocery shop? How many more of these would it take to get your bills paid? How many more of these will it take? And how do you get more of it if you're home and you can't go back to work? Well, if you know what you have and know what you can get, it won't take more than just a mere exchange. See, because in order to be money, money has to be a store of value. It must be able to store your labor. It must be worth as much in the future as it is today. Well, this five today can't be worth more tomorrow. It doesn't have the power. It doesn't have weight. You see, in order to be a store of anything, it denotes being able to hold weight. See this? It's pure gold right there in the center. You hear this? That's weight. You hear that? Weight. Even the paper note embossed with gold. Weight. So it's transactionable, it's affordable, it's convenient. Listen, we are the world's largest distributors of gold bullion, the purest grade of gold bullion in the world in small increments. That means you can take something that's like 5 or 7 US dollars. You could take something like 5 or 6 euros and get a tenth of a gram of gold. And if a tenth of a gram of gold is worth $20,000, I'm sorry, an ounce is worth $20,000. If a gram is worth $2,000, this tenth of a gram is 200. And you might have gotten it for 4 or 5 euros, $7, $8 US. How many of these can you get? You see, not only does it store value, but it grows in value because gold is the premier appreciating asset. Now, if you think I'm beating my gums too much about this opportunity, you can turn it off. You can go somewhere else and look at someone else's stream. That's okay. But this quarantine life will create a lifestyle if you know how to approach it. Can you save 10% of whatever you earn for yourself? Can you save a portion of what you earn for yourself? And if you had the 1% of 100 people's efforts as opposed to just 100% of your own, wouldn't that put you in a better position financially, location wise, time wise? In fact, wouldn't it be a beautiful thing to know that you can literally earn money while you sleep, while you're reading a book, while you're doing the things that you like to do with your life, your time? You have that opportunity in one such as Caribou's International. We have a good problem. How do we reach all of the people that are out here looking for a better way? That's a good problem to have in this world of technology. This is a global economy, folks. So, from the comfort of your home, the comfort of your safety and comfort of your home, your bedroom, your some of you even work from your bathroom. You got a phone, you got a laptop, you got a what do you call it? A tablet. You have your iPad. You have an office, and with your free gold savings account, you get a virtual office from us, free. And all you're doing is exchanging. If I ask you for change of $1 and you give me 4 quarters and I give you $1 bill, you're not buying anything from me more than I'm buying from you. That's a mere exchange. So likewise, you exchange your declining paper dollar for its weight in gold. You've automatically enjoyed increase in value, and it has stretched now your ability to function in your household because it adds leverage to the dollars that are declining, but now they're attached to an asset. So now they gain power. Then you have the component of exponential growth. What does exponential growth mean? Well, we deal in pairs. If I go out and tell 2 people to sign up for free, get a package, and save once a month in gold, and they go out and they get 2 people to do exactly what I said, then my 2 people can't turn into a network of 5, including me. My 5 people turn into another network of 8, and with me, that's 9. And then the network comes into 17. That's 16 and myself. You see? And it continues to grow like that. It exponentiates to the point if everyone's doing what you're doing, you get a monthly commission. You get a weekly commission if you decide to do it as a package. And from the comfort of home, people you don't even know are allowing you to get paid residually. 10% commissions, 3% commissions, 2% commissions, 5% matching bonuses, and free gold. We have all the answers here in Caribou's International to get you started. 90% of all the problems I submit in our homes are financial. We're worried about the financial. That's what causes the anxiety and the grief and the lack of strength and laziness and the cowardice and niggardliness, the overpower of debt. Every time you look up, there's a new bill to face every day. How do you make it when you're only getting paid once a month, once every other week or once a week, and the bills come every day, and you're sitting at home waiting for an unemployment that has not developed, waiting for a stimulus that has not arrived, waiting for a job offer to come to you, with 30 million people on the unemployment rolls in the United States right now, and they want you to celebrate that it's slowed down in terms of the applications. That's like stabbing me in the back 12 inches, pulling the knife out 6 inches, and you're telling me I'm making progress because you slowed down. Am I still bleeding? Do I still have the knife in my back? We need a better way, folks. It's a day of normalcy, and we have it. It's a new normalcy, and we're equipped to survive it, to thrive in it. Do you know that behind every economic crash, millionaires are produced? They become the new experts for the new age. They become the new go-to people in the new age after the crash of 2008, 2009, the Big Short, the real estate debacle. You find all of these new voices, economists, strategists, entrepreneurs. They all come forward now with opportunities they can share because they've been put in the driver's seat, because they obtained a seat at the table because they sought to do different. They saw the opportunity and seized the moment. You're in that situation right now, but not by just the dozens, not by the hundreds, by the thousands upon tens of thousands of people. You're in that position right now. Carabal's International has 1 million affiliates worldwide. And our wealth building saving group, our wealth builders group, we have 100,000 plus people worldwide. And guess what? There are 8 billion people in the world. So you know we're just getting started. Yeah, just getting started. In fact, you can see a formal live presentation tonight. I'm going to type it here. If you would, just go to our training site, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and get a live presentation. I have that right for you. One of those things when you put it up there, it doesn't come back. www.goldrocks.info, 9 p.m. Eastern, live presentation of Carabal's Wealth Builders worldwide. And learn how you can do something for yourselves, something that would put you on a whole nother level of trajectory and would be commensurate with what you're already understanding. Think about what's happened psychologically. Most of you now have been made free. Yeah, you haven't gone to work so long. You sleep until you get tired. You get tired of moping around the house. You decide now to do something different with the arrangement of the living room. Or you might want to build a new bookcase. Or you might want to grow your garden. Or you might want to rearrange the kitchen or the bedroom. Now you're doing all kind of spring cleaning techniques that you didn't have time to do before. You're doing things in a nesting, nurturing way because you're about to come to birth in a way that you could have never, ever imagined. But it's your time. And it's absolutely for you in this hour. This is the best time to have when you can create a whole nother environment, decentralized, not dependent upon. Do you know that the power behind the gold that I'm showing you is the fact that it's not controlled by politics, this government, or any failing economy? Do you know that once you have gold, you always have money, that once you have gold, you always have power? You have the ability to navigate through the life of obligations. And remember, it all starts with a free account. A free account. That's the power of this, folks. But you get on that stream tonight at 9 p.m., you'll see more about it. You'll see more. www.goldrocks.info. And there'll be some other information at the conclusion of this, where you'll be able to see more of what we do. In the quarantine life, you're going to learn some anecdotal things. For an example, some of you don't know how to cook and you got to be home. Well, there are people that are willing to share their cooking expertise with you. You'll find them on this platform. There'll be people who have ideas with materials and fabrics and what you can use them for beyond masks. Oh yeah, there'll be all kind of ideas that will come to birth through this platform because now we're being made to reconnect with each other as a culture. And in our reconnecting, we'll share things with each other. Oh yeah. And you know what's going to make it even more powerful? If you embrace what I'm sharing with you right now, you will have the money to do it. That's right. So, with that being said, I'm your brother Eric Trey Muhammad. I appreciate the opportunity of coming before you. In fact, we're just uploading a feature from this morning. We aired, we premiered on my Facebook page the DVD musical box set of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan called Let's Change the World. And in this box set, it represents his life playing the violin since 5 years old. 65 years of service, 87 years of life, which he turned 87 today. This is May 11th, 2020. And on top of it, he gives you 44 tracks of unbelievable music from some of the greatest contemporaries, past, present, and future deemed, that you could ever assemble under one musical set. Oh yeah, this thing is, you part the term, it's dope. It's fire. I mean, look at this here. It gives you a full book that chronicles the work. And then inside, you have a beautiful portion of set of CDs and DVDs in the box set. The minister said, the science of music, medicine, and color is at the root of the true religion of God. And he got that from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Right here. You want to get a hold of it. At any rate, as my wife would say, anywho, we premiered the video journey, the background of how this came together. And we premiered it on the Eric Ture Muhammad Facebook page. And it's being uploaded as we speak here on the YouTube channel, Eric Ture Muhammad YouTube. And you get a chance to look at it at your pleasure, as well as order it. The website is there, and it's something that all of you will enjoy. And it just proves that you never know people until you make yourself available to learn people. Yeah, yeah. All right, family. I will see us 6 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. We're going to have a treat for you in our quarantine life, living the quarantine life. Spread the word. Let everybody know that there's something going on with this channel and you really want to subscribe. So subscribe to the Eric Ture Muhammad YouTube channel. Like what you watch. Share it with everybody you can. And let's change the world. Let's look at the world that's changing in front of us and embrace the change and move into the new normalcy with power, with leverage, with stability. Peace and power.